This was me until July 2020, living a happy life, or so it seemed. Eating and drinking all I wanted, and also, like many others, trying my hand at my lockdown culinary skills. We cooked and ate a variety of food, with no restrictions on the ingredients. Obviously, the richer the ingredients, the tastier the food. And we kept trying to outdo ourselves from the previous day. So needless to say, the food just got richer and tastier. Until I realized that something wasn't quite right. I had been ignoring this voice inside of me, which was almost revolting in its capacity, but it was very easy for me to silence it and not give it any power, until it grew stronger, louder, almost to a scream. Now, I couldn't ignore it any longer. However, the challenge of understanding what it is trying to say to me was yet to be solved. At the cost of sounding ignorant and apathetic about the pandemic, I would like to admit that the lockdown really did me a whole world of good. It gave me that lone time to introspect and dig deeper. It allowed me to shut out all the noise around me and to give that disregarded voice a closer listen. I spent the next 2 months trying to isolate and sort the thoughts in my mind until I decided to take action on that one strongest thought, which for me at that time was to watch what I put in my mouth. What we eat affects almost every area of our living. It can either energize us or drain us. It can improve our brain's functions or hinder them. It can prevent or cause diseases. Once the eating was sorted, I started going for walks. Soon enough, I picked up the next predominant thought and put that into action, which was weight training. Before I knew it, I found myself on a wellness journey of the mind and body. The physically visible changes would have been impossible without a shift in the mindset. Once your mindset changes, everything on the outside will change along with it. Next up on the video, I'd like to share 4 shifts I made in my thinking which turned my life around, which might also help you boost your wellness journey. Social media these days is indispensable. In fact, regular posting and encouragement from you has helped me stay on track, be motivated to outdo myself, and also record my progress. It's good to see what other people are doing, but at the same time, blind following and excessive dependence can hinder tapping into your full potential. Follow people with common interests, but do not lose out on your individuality. Each one of us is unique, and there is no reason why we cannot achieve what we are determined to. We're all guilty of emotional eating at some point or the other. All occasions and moods become food-centric. How did we manage to link our highs and lows with food? What is the connection? There is none. We need to understand that we need to isolate emotions from food. Otherwise, we just end up eating more. We need to deal with emotions separately, because all it does is makes us eat when we're not hungry. And then we jump on to a diet, which are a waste of energy. I've been there, which is why I can say that with so much confidence. 95% of us fail on diets. All we do is invest in the next fad diet because the previous one didn't work as well. 80 to 90% of our body weight depends on what we eat and not on the kind of exercise that we do. What we need is a balanced diet, rich in nutrition, which is why the macro diet has gained popularity. It allows you to monitor the amount of calories that you take in pertaining to the different major food groups, namely fats, carbs, and proteins. We are usually malnourished and always hungry because we eat food that is devoid of nutrition. The only way you can eat more is when you eat nutritiously empty food. Change the way you decide to eat. Most often, you feel good even before you've eaten a particular food that you're craving. Let's try this experiment. Close your eyes for a few seconds. Think about your favorite food. Whether it's a pizza or a pastry or whatever it is, think of it. Can you picture it? Now, Try and smell it. Can you smell it? Okay. Now finally, let's try and taste it. Keep your eyes shut and try and taste that favorite food that you've thought of. In all probability, you will be able to taste that food and you're already satisfied. The dopamine has done its job. And before you even put that pastry or pizza in your mouth, you've already gained enough satisfaction from it. The next time you're about to put your favorite food into your mouth, ask yourself 2 questions. 1, in the simple present tense, why do I eat? Most often than not, your answer should be to provide nutrition to your body. So you can take a recheck on that, how much nutrition that particular thing is going to provide. The second question that you can ask yourself is, how did you feel the last time you ate this? Yes, instant gratification it is, but after that, so make sure that you indulge when you're aware of the consequences. We feel that we are powerless about certain foods, but believe me, if we change our psychology, we may not even regard that as food anymore. How many hours do you spend on your couch? I do too, right there. While I'm working on my content and watching a few reference videos, while I was researching, I came across this quote by Rachel Walchin. If we were meant to stay in one place, we would have roots and not feet. I found that so interesting. Our ability to move is a gift and we need to use it to our advantage. We end up sitting most of the time. Make sure you get up, go to the kitchen for a walk, or just stand up, do a few stretches, learn a few yoga poses which you can do in between work. Even if you're just watching your Netflix and just lying around, make sure you take a break, and make sure the break is not a snack break, but rather maybe a walk break. Go for a quick walk, spend some time with nature, do things that make you happy, but make sure that you move. Exercise helps increase bone density, flexibility, and muscles. It also boosts your immune system and reduces the stress hormone, which is why it is important to pick a workout plan that works for you. Apart from moving around from time to time, set a plan that works for you. I do weight training 3 days in a week, and the other 3 I try and go for walks, and as much as I would like to increase it, I only get a couple of days of dance through the month. So figure out a plan that works for you. There are a lot of choices out there. You can go for a run, a walk, yoga, HIIT, Pilates. There are a wide variety of choices that you can choose from. You can go trekking, cycling, you name it. See what works for you and pick one and make sure you stick to that regime. Again, without beating yourself over it. There will be days when you may not be able to keep up to that day's regime. It's all right. Try something lighter that day. The first request that I've got for my YouTube videos is that I should mention something for the senior citizens. Is that I should cater to messages to them as well. To them, I have just one thing to say, that age is just a number and it's never too late to start on your journey of what you wish to do. Do what feels right and not what feels comfortable. Take that opportunity to take action. It's time you live that life that you only imagined. This is me, Seher, exercising my power to steer my life in the direction that I want and urging you to try it too.